What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my own new review, and it's very late, of Love and Marriage Detroit. Cliff Notes version. Latoya's fake. She throws a rock, she hides her hand, and she thinks she's better than everybody. Point blank period, and I can't take it. We are back at the knuckleball place where Latoya and Christina are trying to have a conversation about what went wrong and to call out Latoya's motives for bringing Kimberly along and call her out for what information she got that Christina is this bad of a person. Because you can't say you have reliable sources. You can't say this is what I've heard about you, but not give names, not give times, not give dates. Hello? Really? But then you blurt out that Christina has insulted your intelligence. When? Give a time, give a date. See, when you get reminded of things you have done, you want to act like, I don't remember, I don't know what happened. Same thing with Anthony. Anthony don't remember the shit he did last season, but you want to call out what everybody else did. Okay, fine, sure. When Latoya is in this type of mood or mode when she's in a confrontational setting, I don't think she knows how to be confrontational. Or the way she believes, the way she behaves is her trying to take the high road, turn the other cheek, but it's coming off pretentious. It's coming off snotty, it's coming off uppity, it's coming off as if you are above everybody and they're beneath you. That's how your behavior comes off when you're not trying to be confrontational. And you believe you are so above the mess, but you entertain it. But of course, in your way, it's not entertaining the mess. It's just calling out facts, but you're not calling out any facts. And with Christina telling you to put on the table by the time that she insulted your intelligence, you don't want to give a date and time. You want to be in your confessional, talk about how immature she is by patting the ball, but yet you're being immature by throwing a rock and hiding your hand about this information you supposedly have. I'm challenging you on what you're giving me. I'm being mature by telling you, okay, let me know a time and date so I can clear it up for you. I don't have a problem with talking to you. I'm being mature about it. You're being immature about it. Baby, don't do this. So in the confessional, after being called out about what was the tea, who are these ops? Who are these people that got so much to say about Christina? In the confessional, she said, has she heard some things? Yes. Do the streets talk? Yes. Do she have sources? Yes. But she won't give a name. Then I don't believe nothing that comes out of your mouth at that point. I don't. And you don't strike me, Latoya, as someone who's coming up with this street mentality, the street code, ears to the streets type of thing. That's not what you are, okay? You give me, people of a higher echelon, and you're not around the gossip realm. You're not around that. But if you want to act like that's not what it is, but that's exactly what it is, and come out the box and just say that. But you're not going to do it. Girl, bye. And it was clear as day that it was a setup, that you did invite Kimberly to Bravo's event to have her be confronted by, to have Kimberly confront Christina. It was all clear signs. And Christina continues to call her out, how messy it was. She keeps on defending that she did not know they were not cool with each other. You knew enough, Latoya. When she was over at your house, she said they're not friends. She gave details as to why. You still invited her, with knowing that she still had animosity. You knew that because you said from first season you have studied human behavior. I'm pretty sure you picked up some animosity from Kimberly's behavior of rehashing past issues with Christina. I figured you knew that. So you can miss me with that. And this was over 6 years ago, and Kimberly is still feeling like this. Miss me. You did know. Point blank, period. It didn't go nowhere. Latoya is avoiding taking accountability the same way Anthony avoids taking accountability. And all he wants to do is wipe the slate clean. We're not wiping the slate clean unless we're talking about what took place for it. We're not discussing it. Anthony's go-to is wiping the slate clean. We can't have a conversation if we're not going to be honest and transparent. That's the bullshit I'm talking about. Just come out the gate with it, okay? But then he's coming up with the idea of, listen, from now on, if we got a problem with that person, go directly to that person. Don't speak about it to another person. Do not say anything to another person that is not the person you have an issue with. Coming from Anthony is rich, because you never have direct confrontation with someone you have a problem with. And I'm still in the dark of why you have such an issue with Christina, because you was being two-faced as fuck with her when you met up with her in the last episode. Talking about how you want to be a friend, you want to be there for her, but yet in the confessional, you talking cash shit about nobody knows who she is. She not popping like that. Fake as fuck. Okay? Fake, fake, fake. Then Latoya gives this whack-ass apology. It was a if apology because She said, I'm not coming for you. I don't need nobody to come for you. I will take accountability from my role in what you feel I have done to you. Total roundabout way of saying, I don't know what you want from me, but I'm not apologizing. It is what it is. If you feel like that, my bad. No, that's not a real apology. I can't stand if's apology. I'm sorry if that offended you. I'm sorry if that hurt you. No, it did hurt her. Latoya, if you wanted to really remove yourself from being in a messy situation that you wanted to be involved in by inviting Kimberly at Bravo's event, you could have just said, Christina, I'm sorry. I only invited Kimberly with the best of intentions to bring her around the group. I had no idea that she was going to bring up her past issues with you at that dinner. I had no idea. I did not know she was going to do that, and I am so sorry that happened to you. That's how you apologize, and that's how you remove your part in actually why you invited her. That removes your real motives. But since you don't want to do that, it's going to still be what it is, Latoya. You knew exactly what you wanted to do when you invited Kimberly, and you knew exactly what you expected her to do. Moving on from there. So we get Kobe. Kobe is not happy, point blank, period. In this scene, we got Russell working late at the gym. He's painting. Kobe is irritated because she had to bring herself out into the cold, get her daughter dressed in the cold to come and see Russell, because obviously he's working late and her daughter is looking for her daddy. And Kobe is just really milking but complaining of how tired she is while being pregnant, and you don't understand how hard it is for me. You know, you're coming home late, you're working late, I don't know what's going on. Like, you not see how much I have to do to come out and see you. Like, you're not paying attention to what I have to do while being pregnant. Kobe is really the whole woe is me factor about being pregnant, and it's annoying me. Girl, I understand. Being pregnant is exhausting. But the way you want people to just feel sorry for you of how hard you have to work on getting you in the car, getting your baby in the car, driving, being pregnant, girl, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Ain't nobody gonna feel more sorry for you than they've done it for themselves. So I don't understand. And Kobe asked Russell, how was his day? He had a long day. He had back-to-back meetings. He had a pre-class. I don't know what that means. He's keeping up with the renovations of the gym. And then he added to it how it's hard for him managing all of this and having a child, and now he's about to have another child. It's just all of this pressure on me and all of this work I gotta do, and it's a lot. And Kobe took offense to that because it's like, oh, okay, you're expressing you've had a long day. You try to navigate everything when it comes to business and having children, while I'm the one who's doing the same thing. Hello, look at me. I'm also on my business shit as well, and I'm also watching our daughter, and I'm also pregnant, and I had a long day as well. So, you know, don't come at me about how hard your day is when I've had a hard day too. And Kobe is back on that trip that Russell has freedom to do what he wants to do. It's all him, okay? While you've had a long day, it's still you. You are still able to go to these meetings back to back without having to think about anybody else but yourself. While Kobe, she has to do all of that and think of others, like where our daughter is going to be throughout the day. So obviously they're trying to come up with a plan to maybe enroll their daughter in some type of daycare, because I don't think her mom watches her, and I don't know if anybody else in Russell's family is available. So they're having that discussion, and Russell admits when it comes to figuring out what his daughter's going to do, the care that she's going to need, he doesn't think of that because he knows Kobe is going to handle it. And that can be annoying though, because this is not just my child, this is our child. You should also have an idea of what our child should be considered having. You should be also concerned about who's going to watch our child in the days where both you and I are working. We should have that discussion together. I can't think for everybody. You gotta help me too. And in that aspect, it's like, well, I can get why she would be frustrated with that. So right now they need to come up with a daycare system and also maybe implement a nanny, because she is 5 months pregnant. It's not going to be long before she's having another baby, and to handle 2 kids at one time can be exhausting. So she is going to need some help. And Kobe, she don't like the fact that Russell thinks he has all of this burden on his shoulders, as if Kobe does not hold some burden as well. And I do this, and she don't know how much more she can take with Russell acting like he holds all of this pressure, as if Kobe doesn't do anything at all, as if Kobe doesn't understand how much work it takes. Because Kobe wants to be considered a partner in this relationship. She doesn't want to be just the wife and the mother. I implement good ideas too. I implement help as well. I work just as hard as you do. Excuse me. And Kobe also is expressing to Russell that she does not like the way he makes himself available for everybody else but his own family. You be Superman, Clark Kent to everybody else but us. You give everybody support, you give everybody a listening ear, you give everybody opinions. When it comes to me, I'm giving you the same exact feelings. I'm telling you about issues I'm having. It could be small problems I'm thinking about, and I don't get the same help. I don't get the same response. It's like I'm bothering you. It's like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do about it? And I can understand that, how you think that your wife doesn't need your support, but since he is in that preacher's realm, he wants to be available to be a helping hand, to be a friend, to be a leader of the community. And that's what Kobe doesn't want. She does not want to experience the same exact upbringing that she had as a child, where her father was a leader of the community. He was also involved in church. He made himself available for everybody else but his own family. And she doesn't want to be a last priority. She doesn't want that. She doesn't want to accept the fact this is what her husband does, and she's supposed to be the submissive wife and agrees to it. She doesn't like that. So I can understand that. I really can. And basically, think of me as your partner. Make priority time for me. And Russell, he doesn't communicate with Kobe. He don't. And he feels like, I want Kobe to understand that it's my season, this is my time. And it's basically saying, you want your wife to just shut the fuck up and take it. Don't complain about how I want you home. Don't complain about, I want you to spend some time with me and the kids. You don't want her to express that to you. She's supposed to accept this is what their life is going to be from now on. This is what she signed up for. Not for you to figure out how to change it, not for you to figure out how to make it better for you and for your family. It's just for what it is. Yeah, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. So the fact that Russell does not like that Kobe is communicating on where she feels and how she wants him to do better, he now wants to tell her about, he then tells her about going over to Brandon's house for some counseling. And he makes it sound like when he got there, he was surprised to find out that Brandon was not over at his house and that him and Christina are separated. First of all, Russ, why are you presenting this as this is brand new news to you? This is not brand new. You've known this since Brandon came over to your gym and told you, and you cried for him. That was maybe a couple of days after Bravo's dinner. And you knew about the separation when you went over to their house to have that counseling session. So right now, you do want to present it to Kobe. This is brand new information, and it was upsetting for you to find out. Russell, please. You do not communicate with Kobe at all until you want her to find out. It's like you give Kobe on a need to know basis unless it makes sense for her to know. And it's always something she does not need to know unless it's already been done and she just has to accept it. I don't know. Kobe's energy while hearing this information, it sounded like she really didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she really didn't care because she was like, I'm talking to you about us and you're telling me about somebody else. And, telling Brandon he needs to do whatever he needs to do to get back in the house, and pretty much trying to convince Brandon to manipulate, to lie, to pretend like you're moving forward for you to get back in that house. And Kobe said to leave the house is insane, and he couldn't sleep in a different room. In some cases, Kobe, that does not always work. You have to physically separate in order for it to be a possibility. Y'all can move back in with each other and also move forward in a relationship. And Kobe is sad to hear that things aren't going well between Christina and Brandon. Their prayers goes out to them to figure out their relationship. But I have a question for you, Kobe. Now that you know what's going on between Christina and Brandon, because you didn't cry when y'all had y'all conversation about moving forward in y'all friendship. Now that you know for real, it's a separation going on. Do you think it's an opportunity for you to reach out to Christina? Just on, I'm praying for you. I'm here for you. Just sending out my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Is that enough for you to do that? For you to be a supportive friend? about what she's going through, or are you going to still keep your distance and still expect for Christina to come out and say, I want to fix this friendship? That's my question to you, Kobe. Now that something has really been going on with her, that you're now figuring out, is it enough for you to reach out, or do you expect for her to reach out to you? I don't know. But we're going to move on from there. We got Christina doing homework with her gorgeous daughters. First of all, Kobe's daughter is beautiful. Christina's daughters are gorgeous. And Brandon's coming over, and the girls misses their father. He's been gone for quite some time. And he comes over. She notices he's not wearing his wedding ring. He said it might be around the house. And also they discussed spending Thanksgiving together. He stayed over the entire week of Thanksgiving. I don't know. It gave me the energy. It might have hunched, but maybe it was just the energy of them being all in the same roof again that had those feelings, but maybe nothing happened. And the plan was to avoid speculation and questioning as to what's been going on in their relationship. So they put on a brave face, put on a front for the sake of the holidays, for the sake of the kids. But after the Thanksgiving break, he moved back out. He was still sleeping over at his mother's house. So that one break wasn't enough for him to say, you can come back in. It wasn't enough. They still are being separated. But she asked him, is he all in? Is he ready in his heart? Is he ready in his mind to be into this marriage? And throughout this separation, Christina rediscovered some things about herself. As far as like, do she need to be in this marriage? Like for the sake of a marriage. And do she want a husband? Not just Brandon, just the idea of having a husband. And she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to handle the household or their kids without him. And she's learned to live without him. She's learned to do things without his input or help. And it's scary that I've gotten used to living without you, to the point where it's like a part of me is not afraid to be by myself in this aspect. And in that realm of being okay with being by myself, I still want my husband. And there is a difference. I want my husband. I don't need a husband. I think that was the transformation that Christina had discovered in herself. She does not need Brandon, but she wants Brandon. Don't know why, but she does. Then we end up having a conversation with their daughters. And hope there won't be any confusion seeing their father back in the house for a week versus having not seen him around the house for maybe a couple of months. And I get it. They're having an open, honest conversation with their children about what's going on in their relationship, because I feel like there is a level of conversations that kids should be privy to when it comes to what's going on with their parents. Appropriate conversations. Brandon's major issues was that he thought Christina wanted to change him into a perfect version of what she wanted him to be, but now he feels seen. Now he feels like Christina is getting it, and I don't know what did she see? What did she change? What did she let go of wanting to make you this perfect version of a husband? I haven't seen it. Is it that film? I don't understand. As far as where do you see she's accepting you for who you are? I don't know. So with having the discussion with their daughters, the daughters knew a lot. They knew that Christina kicked Brandon out. They knew that Brandon needs to treat Christina better, and nobody's perfect, but Brandon needs to treat mommy a whole lot better. He instantly thought that Christina was telling her girls about what's been going on. She asked them, and they said no. I'm pretty sure them girls have seen things, have heard things, and maybe asked their mother at time. They probably saw her crying, and she just said, you know, mommy's upset right now. Daddy hurt my feelings. There's no telling that she might have said something, but I don't think she's been purposefully telling her girls how daddy has been treating her. I don't think she did that on purpose. I think what the kids have seen, because y'all need to remember, kids are very perceptive, okay? Kids can pick up on a lot of things. When things are not right, when things are weird, when things are strange, kids are very perceptive. What I didn't like was Brandon trying to also shift the blame that mommy needs to do better too. What about mommy? Did mommy tell you what she did wrong? It's like, Brandon, grow up, okay? The majority of where you guys are in this marriage is because of you. Christina has her fault for avoiding the red flags when they were right in front of her face to still be in this relationship with you, to still go through all of this hurdle and pain and all this trauma with you. But you have done the most in regards to where this marriage has been. And Both Christina and Brandon have said, as adults, we do go through things, but it does not mean we don't love each other, and it doesn't mean we don't love you. And the conversation is what it was. Okay, I have no problem with the way the conversation was had. I just didn't like Brandon's automatically want to shift the blame all the time. That made me mad. But we're gonna move on from there. So we got Bravo. This is actually Russell's event. I don't know why I put Bravo's name first, but Russell invited all the guys to a little inner golf place to let off some steam. They've had a lot going on, wanted to reconnect with all the men. And since everybody has a chance to move forward, we can set the tone on how our wives need to move forward, right? Marcel comes in, and it's been a minute since he's seen Bravo because Bravo was still feeling a way about when his wife messed up his event, which she did. In my opinion, Marcel should have apologized to Bravo first when he came in by saying, "Hey, bro, my apologies on behalf of me and my wife. I had no idea she was going to do that. It was not the right place for that. And on behalf of me and her, we are apologizing to you." That would have been proper for Marcel to do when he came in. Then we get Brandon and Marcel. What are they going to do? Are they going to follow their wives and have an issue? Or are they going to be like men and not get involved? And both Marcel and agreed. We are not going to be like our wives. I'm not coming for you. You're not coming for me. We can be cordial. We don't have to be friends. I am willing to separate from what my wife has going on with your wife. And it's the same with Brandon. Brandon's going to step out and not get involved in any of the wives' business and issues. And still be cool with Marcel. And I liked it. That was mature. That the men are not going to, what's up for Anthony? That they're not going to be involved in the mess between their wives. They're going to set the example of moving forward. Just because our wives are having issues doesn't mean we need to have an issue. And Brandon is talking about planning a surprise birthday party for Christina. He's inviting everybody except for Marcel and Kimberly, and they understood it wholeheartedly. Well, Marcel did, because just coming into the group, we know where our wives stand. I don't think I should have expected for us to be involved in anything, which is fine, cool. Nice. Maturity. I get it. So then we get Latoya. Latoya invites all the ladies to brunch so she can try to move forward and try to present it to Christina. I can move forward. I'm all about being accountable and this and that third, blah, blah, blah. And then Kobe comes in first and tells her she has invited Christina and Kimberly, which unbeknownst to them, they didn't know that each other was coming. But before they got there, Brandon had invited Kobe and Latoya out to do some ring shopping for her surprise party. It's a great gesture, but is it too much of an olive branch to include us in something so personal? Could be. It could be. But it's a start. It could be a bit of a grand gesture to include Kobe and Latoya in something so personal between you and Christina as far as like ring shopping. The invitation to the party was enough. But to be involved in to even be involved in jewelry shopping, that could be a bit much. It could be. But when Christina sat down, she was unaware that Kim is coming to brunch, and it's in the same element of being messy that Latoya is not being transparent about, not being honest about. Your intentions to be messy is still there. You never told Christina or Kim that they were invited to the brunch. I thought we moved past you being messy, but I guess you still are, sure. Kimberly want to act like she wasn't excited to see Christina, but she was like, okay, she can come, I don't care. I really don't like Kimberly. And when it came down to Christina and Kimberly sitting down, Latoya said, Christina, you feel like I have brought Kimberly along to come after you, but I'm here to tell you I didn't. If you don't believe me, I don't see how we can move forward, because you haven't proved that you did, Latoya. You're still avoiding taking accountability that you did know that they had issues that Kimberly still haven't forgiven, and you knew she was going to come out the gate and confront Christina. Just stop. And Christina said, you came at me pretty hard to Kimberly. Kimberly said she has nothing to gain, but you had a lot to gain, though. You wanted to have this moment, and that's what you did. You came at her pretty hard. You were going back and forth about her character, and it was the truth, Kim. You went left. Barely before she sat down, you was ready to go after her. And Kimberly couldn't even talk because she kept on bringing how much she loved Christine, how much she was there for her, how much she treated her like a sister. Now she's about to start crying, but I didn't see a tear. I didn't see her wipe anything from her eye socket. I didn't hear the chokiness in her voice that she was upset. She was hurt. I didn't hear, sense no pain in Kimberly's voice of how much she has been there for Christina, how much she loves Christina. I didn't get none of that. Because it's not balancing that. If we're talking about a fucking android versus the demise of your friendship, I don't understand what you think she did to you. Christina said, I have always wanted the best for you. I believe we always wanted the best for each other. But we can't deny that certain things have taken place that got to that point. Now, they both have apologized to each other with the way they were engaging in that sparring match at Bravo's event. Christina said, I should not have matched that energy. I apologize for that. Same with Kimberly. But Kimberly is not a victim to me. I believe there's still an explanation that what led to this. Because Christina asked again, what happened that led to our friendship? What do you think that I did? What is it that I did to you? And Kimberly said we're going to have that conversation separately, which is fine. That's what y'all need to have in the beginning, a separate conversation to talk about what led to the demise of your friendship. But again, if it's about that fucking android, you're going to have to miss me because it's all leading up to that fucking birthday party that you getting joked about having an android is what led to the demise of a friendship. I swear to God, Kimberly, what happened? If it's this damn stupid, girl. But majority of the brunch was nice. Okay, they all were having conversations about their struggles as mothers. Kimberly has a 15-month-old son who's having a hard time sleeping through the night. And then Colby is frustrated about being pregnant, but also chasing her little girl around who does not give Colby any chance to rest. And having two girls is a hassle. Christina knows firsthand, but yet while one can be against me, one got my back. Latoya got the same struggles, having 3 children who are getting older with managing everything else she got going on. And that's what this was supposed to be. A normal, relatable conversation with 4 women who are business women, mothers, wives, who have a lot going on and want to be able to navigate in the best way possible. And that's exactly what this represented. You guys having a wonderful conversation. You guys are just enjoying each other's company without it being any mess and animosity. And it ended nice. Even Latoya, she felt like this was a major olive branch, and I thought it would have been a place to move forward. But in the end, I got lifted. I felt supported, and now I do feel like there is hope for this group. And I do believe there could be hope as much as it can be. I mean, while it lasted, it was hope for this group. And when they all left, you can see Kimberly and Christina hugged it out, and they did have a friendship once upon a time, but something happened, and I don't think it was all Christina's fault. I don't. I think that Kimberly got some fault in this as well. But this was a nice conversation while it lasted. It was. So now we get Lakita and Bravo. I'm super happy we're getting more involved in the other castmates, especially Bravo and Lakita's life, because they were a part of last season but weren't official cast members. And their home is beautiful. We see Bravo. He's dressed to go to a football game, decided to make himself a quick little cocktail. Lakita had a different plan in mind, figuring that their daughters are not home. Their daughters are over at their grandmother's house. And figured they have the night to themselves. But no, since he's dressed, she's like, oh, that's it? You just gonna leave me all by myself? And I don't know why she didn't go upstairs and get dressed herself. And I don't know why Bravo didn't have the idea to say, come on, babe, let's make it a date night. Let's go to the game together. Don't know why. And this is a part of their problem. Bravo is involved in the nightlife. And he also has to be invited into things that happens around nighttime. Football games, basketball games. He goes to bars, clubs, events. All of that is a part of his profession. And Lakita has been feeling like her and the kids are not a priority to him. He has multiple businesses. In the last 4 years, he's created 6 venues, which is an amazing accomplishment. And the more he works, the more successful he becomes. And it's that same conversation. I have to go to work. I got to make the money. And he gives me the same exact energy that Quick gave Ashley on Love and Marriage DC. Quick is a DJ. which means he does all types of parties. He goes to all kinds of events. He's seen everywhere. He knows everybody. And the one thing he did not make proper time on is being there for his kids and being there for his wife. Making quality time, making date nights, making time for a vacation. That's what Bravo is giving me. And we're now getting that Bravo has poor communication skills. He does not let Lakita know what he's doing when he's out all night. Doesn't inform her when he's coming home. Doesn't inform her if plans might change. And that is one of Lakita's fears that I have discovered. One fear is his safety. Making sure he's protected. Making sure he is aware of his surroundings. Folks is crazy outside. Folks is crazy nowadays. And bringing up how she lost her father. She lost her father at the age of 5. Her father was unalived outside of a bar. So that's why she's on him about letting me know where you are. On him about letting me know when you're coming home. Are you okay? Check in with me. Because she does not want to have that conversation about why her daughter's father is not coming home. And I can understand Lakita's fear. I can. But I also believe that the second fear is, what is Bravo doing when he is out all night? Is Bravo acting unfaithful? Is he acting single, in my opinion? Because in the first episode, he asked to go to the studio to make a I'm Sorry song with Brandon. And I'm like, why would you want to create an I'm Sorry song unless you're about to do something you're about to be sorry for? Foreshadowing. It didn't feel like it was a joke to me. So those are my two fears that Lakita have. And what she's asking for isn't a lot. I just want to have some communication. I want you to check in with me. And he said, what about a cutoff time? There is no cutoff time because I don't think he abides by the cutoff time. Because I believe he wants to be out until he's ready to be out, until he's ready to come home. And it ain't wrong with you checking in. It ain't. Her fear is a valid fear. And just check in, let her know, hey, babe, I know I'm leaving at this time, but it got a little late. Hey, babe, I'm leaving the game. I'm headed to a club. I'm headed to an after party. I will let you know when it's done. I'll let you know when I come home. Communicate, sir. It ain't a hard thing to do. Please. I understand you want to have fun and be out, but make sure you know you got a home to go to. You got a wife and kids to go to. And then we're going to move on. So now we get Brandon. He is at the jewelry store trying to find the perfect ring to surprise Christina at her birthday party. And he feels like they have been through so much. They have improved a lot. And he believes that a ring is showing everything's going in the right direction. I have not seen enough growth from Brandon based on the show to believe that he's ready to move forward in his marriage. I haven't seen enough. And I don't believe that the ring is sending the right message. I think it's the wrong message. I just have an inkling he wants to speed up the process and make it about their relationship more than just letting this be a day to celebrate her, you know? And if you want to buy her jewelry, buy her jewelry. Buy her a bracelet, buy her Rolex watch, buy her some earrings, buy her a necklace, anything else but a ring. He enlisted some help along with helping him find a ring because Brandon don't know what he's doing. So he invited Latoya and Kobe. He also invited Christina's niece and her very good friend Chelsea. When Latoya walked in and saw Chelsea and Chelsea gave her the cold shoulder, Latoya knew exactly why Chelsea gave her the cold shoulder because of their last interactions. At Latoya's wine launch, Anthony was doing the most. Chelsea asked him, why is he so involved in Brandon and Christina's marriage? Anthony queened out by calling her a bird, that she needs to act like a boss. He was telling Christina, you need to find better people to surround you with support, buy people who are on the same path as you. Doing the most. Anthony did his absolute most by going after Chelsea for no reason, all because someone called him out on how he was completely obsessed with Brandon and Brandon's marriage with Christina. So everybody's asking him, what is the motive behind it and how are you going to present this to her? He knew that she was owed for an upgrade in her ring and that she deserved it. As far as presenting to her at the party, he figured he'll go off the dome to just express how he feels, but maybe he needs to write something down. And the motive is to pretty much ask her to let him back in the house. Now, as far as who else is aware of the situation, maybe Chelsea and her niece are not that much aware, but he do know that Kobe and Latoya know exactly what's going on because he has confided in both of their husbands about him and Christina are separated. They're not living in the same house at the moment. Kobe said that Russell does not pillow talk with her. No, he pillow talks with you, Kobe. He just tells you when he's ready to tell you, but you are aware of it. And Latoya, she did not know completely, but Anthony said enough. And she's not surprised that it would have led to that happening in their marriage, but she's hopeful that maybe both of them are willing to work it out. And considering everybody is on a cool level, the men are cool. We've gotten into a cool place between Latoya and Christina, Kobe and Christina. Everybody is acting in the sake of truce, right? Chelsea figured it was her opportunity to clear the air with Latoya because she had a recent conversation with Christina, and Christina told her that Latoya have said you've been bashing her brand. You have put out a post that said don't support her brand. And Chelsea said that's not true. I've only spoken positive things about you. At the reunion, Anthony and Latoya have claimed that Chelsea was all over Twitter, all over the blogs, bashing her brand, saying don't buy this from her, don't support his wife about her wine. And Chelsea says, so do you have the post? Do you have the screenshots of the post? Latoya said no. She doesn't have it. She said something was sent to her, but she doesn't have it. She doesn't bring negativity around her. Now, why would you not carry receipts that proves Chelsea's been talking shit about your brand? Because if you're not going to clear the air, you can't give me information that I don't believe you have. And even though to not have receipts that this happened, it was enough for you to mention at the reunion. But when it's asked of you right now to clear the air, you seem to, it's misplaced. It's left your brain. Because you say you don't know what the post actually said. You just know it's what said this. Well, Chelsea said you seem to have a foggy brain. You seem to have a foggy brain because you never seem to remember where things were said, but yet you claim you have heard things that were said. So considering that Chelsea is calling out Latoya's lack of receipts to prove that she was talking shit about her brand, there's nothing else we can say. Kobe believes that she had the opportunity to jump in and check Chelsea about the conversation. And Chelsea said, no offense to you, Kobe, but I'm not talking to you. This was addressed to Latoya. Kobe feels like, well, since you are having a conversation in front of me, I can say something. No, you don't, because I'm not talking to you. I'm addressing this to Latoya. I'm not talking to you, Kobe. This is an A and B conversation. See yourself the other way. Now, I don't understand why Kobe thought she can get feisty with Chelsea by calling her name 3 times. Chelsea said, I can call your name 3 times too. What's up? And this is what I'm sensing with Kobe and Latoya. They jump in and help one another because it's so conveniently that Latoya had nothing else to say after her lack of receipts that Chelsea was asking her of to clear her name, clear any misinformation that she might have been informed that I was talking shit and I wasn't. Then to say this is unnecessary, it's not. It's a reality show. We're going to have conversations at places where you thought you wouldn't have this type of conversation. It is what it is. And Chelsea had a right. But there is something attached to my name that's negative. I want to clear it up because that can ruin my reputation. So I don't know where the unnecessary part comes in. Then Kobe says, if you wanted to talk to her, you would have talked to her, I don't know, private, off camera. But Anthony embarrassed her on camera. Anthony did too much attacking another woman on camera. So I don't see how protecting Latoya from having a conversation about another woman who felt embarrassing her by your husband and also checking you of information you claim you have, and I'm bashing your brand. I don't see what protection Latoya needs to have in this moment. I don't think so. So, yes, Latoya stayed conveniently quiet while Kobe is defending the situation. And Chelsea was like, why am I talking to you? Are you her guard dog? Look, I don't know why I'm talking to the 2 stooges over here. I thought I was talking to the 1 stooge. Brandon is just like, I'm not in it. My name is Bennett. I'm not in it. I know Chelsea was hurt by what happened between Anthony and the Thompsons, but she's getting double teamed. I know she can hold her own, but I ain't in it. My goal here is to find a perfect ring. So now Latoya and Kobe want to get upset about being called a stooge. Oh, I can call you a stooge, but yet you don't see how I can have an issue with your husband calling me a bird? Your husband was being disrespectful to me. So yes, I am being intentionally disrespectful to you. I am. Colby couldn't take it. She walked off. Chelsea said, have a good day. Now she wants to use while being pregnant. It's so inconsiderate to be a pregnant woman, have a name called at her. Like, you call me, that's not my name. To have a pregnant woman be called out of her name is just unnecessary. Girl, she called you a stooge. She didn't call you a bitch. Please don't use the fact that you're pregnant, you can't get touched. Well, don't involve yourself in a conversation that wasn't directed towards you. You got checked. So bye-bye. And now you want to say Chelsea used this moment to be relevant, baby. If y'all didn't have nothing going on, y'all wouldn't have a second season. You guys are struggling for relevancy for this season. Nobody is checking for Detroit. So Colby, you might want to take what you can get, because you're not giving enough either. Hell, if we didn't have this, nobody would have nothing to talk about, because y'all don't give anything. So now Chelsea's giving Latoya the exact same energy. Oh, I called y'all your name? What is your name? Your name is Latoya? I don't know, I'm confused. Since I called you a stooge, I don't know, I'm confused about who you are. So since I can have a foggy brain about what I called you, just like you can have a foggy brain about not knowing who sent you the post that I was bashing your brand. So, hey, we both don't know what's going on here. We both don't have a clue how to fix it. Girl, bye. Now, Latoya wants to now use this conversation that didn't go nowhere to say, I am disinviting yourself. You are disinviting yourself to not go to Christina's surprise birthday. Now, Chelsea said, girl, it will not be about you, but let me go ahead and come around here and let you know clearly what I'm saying. I wanted to clear this up with you. If the party would not be made about you, and if you're saying you and Christina are moving forward, you should go for the sake of how you're moving forward with Christina. Not go because of me, because I would not make her event about you. I would not think about you at that moment. It's for Christina, okay? And Latoya said, I'm good. Thank you, Brandon, for inviting me. And, you know, you really invited my husband, even though he did tell you he wanted you to come too. And she's like, no, I'm good. I don't need to sleep on it. I'm good. I'm straight. I'm gone. I'm like, girl, bye. Bye. So have a good night. I feel like Latoya was looking for a way to not go, because this was a conversation we could have had. You avoided accountability that you need to check your husband about. And just to say, you know what, my bad for what happened between you and my husband at my wine event. It wasn't meant to be that way. I'm so sorry he treated you like that. Say something, Latoya, because you know your husband was wrong in that aspect. He was. But saying how she didn't want to go, she didn't really want to go at all. Now, in the next episode, Latoya's full of shit, because we see him getting dressed, and she said, I'm not going. He gonna make you go, and then in the next clip, you're gonna be there. Anthony convinced you enough to still go. So bye-bye, Latoya. You full of shit. For that, I'm gone. That's all. That's it. That's all I have. I'm telling y'all, Latoya does not have it. She does not bring it for this type of environment. She just doesn't. She's annoying. She's full of shit. She fake. I can't take it. But y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.